You're listening to another Woodshop podcast, the okayest podcast of its type. Your hosts are Daniel Dunlap of Daniel Dunlap Woodworks, Peter Kapar of Petrie's Workshop, and Braden Boakes of Littlebug Woodworking. You can find them as well as the podcast on your favorite social media channels.
Welcome to episode 250 of another Woodshop podcast. A quarter of 1,000 episodes behind us. Quarter of a G. That's countless hours of giggling, questionable advice, and pretending to be real woodworkers using CNCs and lasers. So here's to another 250 episodes of perfectly balanced, mildly entertaining background shop noise. What's going on, boys?
Wait, it's woodworking we've been talking about this whole time?
We are real woodworkers because we use, say it with me, computer numerical control.
CNC.
Wait, he's not CNC. He's not.
Is that what CNC stand for?
Yeah. What did you think it stood for?
What did you think it stood for?
We're learning so much.
Computer number cruncher or something like that.
You're
technically not completely wrong, but just
weird.
Like you got the Temu version of the name.
That wasn't wrong. That was
just not
wrong.
Technically correct.
I could do the dead sound from GTA.
That was a stretch.
It was a
you
stretch,
just wanted to use the noise. You're better than that, Pete.
You know who brings the noise, Dan?
Come on, bring the noise.
Besides Braden.
Dan, rock your voice.
Oh, please keep going. I enjoy that.
Wow.
That Twisted Sister.
Wait, stop. We're going to get hit with a copyright strike. No matter how bad that was, we're going to...
Can you get a copyright strike for singing it yourself?
Yeah,
that way.
You can, I think.
Well, no, I mean, it was...
Even if you sing it poorly?
karaoke.
But Dan, it was spot on. So, you know...
Speaking of spot on, Dan.
No, that was Quiet Riot.
Speaking of Quiet Riot, Dan.
Oh, yeah. Patrons. Our patrons?
Oh, yeah. I'm patrons.
We also got wild.
One new wild patron this week.
Let's go.
And it is one Sean Renshaw.
Sean Renshaw?
He snuck in right at the last second to get into the giveaway.
He knew. He was like, I'm going to time it just right, so I'm the only name red.
And he knows that he should stay in because we got more giveaways coming up. But we'll talk about that here in a little bit.
Good.
Speaking of staying in.
Ooh, wait. What?
Staying in the game.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what you're thinking. Let's talk about our VIP patrons. And at the top of the list, Sean Renshaw.
Yoo!
Everybody clap.
Let's go.
Okay, here we go. Can't make it to the Midwest MAYker Meetup this year.com. Nick at NSM Woodcraft.
Oh. Technically a .org thing.
Yeah.
It's nonprofit.
Chris Lamoureux at Homefront Woodworks. Chris Greenwood at Evolution Custom Woodworking. 740,274 seconds until we test the timeout limits. Duffy at Duffy Woodcraft.
What's the timeout limit?
I don't know what that means.
I need a thesaurus for some of these names.
I'll tell you when you're ready.
Don't tell me when you're
Greg Bennett at Wendy Acres Works.
Greg Bennett.
Greg D'Ambrosio over at GTD Woodworks. Damon over at BWG Woodworks. Jeremy Claybaugh. Mike at Woodwork and Weld. Extinguishing church fires with Beagle Milk.
I'm sorry. Bless you?
Wait, was there actually a fire?
I don't know.
Okay, I need to.
That's Alex Adams at Type A Furniture.
How does he do it this fast?
I don't know. That's what his wife asked too. John Herbolsheimer over at Living Lath Woodworks. Nick at NV Woodshop, All Thumbs Vreeland. Jared LaPuma at LL Builds Woodworking, Tyler Booth at Temecula Yard Games, Henry Luton's at Manfreda Wood, Justin Frazier Canyon Woodwork, Sarah with Rosie's Woodshop, El Jefe over at Maker's Way, Victor at Whim Designs, 740,177 seconds until we test the timeout limits.
What is happening?
That is Nick Brim.
Did we miss an inside joke? Are we outside our own inside jokes at this point?
I have no idea what's happening. Anyways, continuing on, 740,169 seconds until we test the timeout limits. That is Max Reed of Reed Design Co.
What is happening?
I don't like it.
We need to call someone.
Bill Perkle of WTB Woodworking. 740,153 seconds until we test the timeout limits.
I swear
that
I'll
is
call
Malcolm.
my dad.
Wait, are all the numbers the same?
No, they're all different, but they all start with 740,000.
There's
like
a group
this
chat
one
out there that we are not in, and I don't like that.
Like this one, 740,145 seconds until we test the timeout limits. That is Patrick Gensel over at Graphic Machines.
What is happening?
That's
Ed
20
Mancini at
hours.
Mancini Woodworking, Chris at Chris Will Make, Willow Creek Lumber, that is Scott Shirk, 740,131 seconds until we test the timeout limits. That is
Oh, wait.
Justin Bailey of Campfire Woodworks. And rounding them out is just John Grubb. Of
John Grubb.
Will Make.
Not just John Grubb. By the way, that is roughly
The angel.
8.5 days. So is this when the meetup is happening? Roughly, kind of, maybe.
Is it? I don't. Maybe no, because that would get us to Friday, not Saturday.
What date and time is 8.5 days from now?
I have no idea what's going on.
She can't do that kind of math. She wants me to ask ChatGPT. Sorry.
What the heck?
I don't
All right.
know. I am very confused. We need to call someone after the show.
There you go. That's the
so dumb.
That's the patron read this week. I'm confuzzled.
No, patron read is Max Reed.
I'm convinced that Alex Adams somehow convinced like 8 people just to give him their logins for Patreon, and he's like 2 computers, 8 keyboards, like changing.
Yeah, but
everybody's
Alex
names at this
Adams
point.
just had extinguishing church fires with a beagle milk.
I'm
Yeah,
he's
but
still involved.
It's to throw us. Yeah,
It's to throw us off the scent. Yeah,
That's what it is.
we have the best, listeners, followers, whatever.
We have something.
Also, I don't know if this happened as a bit or what, but I'm literally looking at because I was trying to figure out what did Alex do?
We're supposed to be doing a podcast, not math. What the heck is going on?
Apparently, I'm not following him.
Who? Alex
Alex Adams? Wait, that's
He
an
knows what he did.
option? That's something you can do?
And I'm like, wait. I'm definitely following Alex. So I think this was like a bit we did one day and then whatever. Well, anyways,
I'm not
here's a
convinced
follow.
that Alex Adams isn't like a figment of like a shared hallucination of all
the
ours.
shared illusion.
I was driving today and somebody in a white car waved out their sunroof like this at me as I was, and it's like a country road, like nobody there. Just this waved out the sunroof, and I was like, does Alex Adams drive a white car?
Who waves out a sunroof?
I don't like a psychopath.
What
That's
are you
who.
like a couple of girls on vacation and a rental? Like what?
It would have been really funny if it was
If I had a
Miata
sunroof,
playing
I would
Euro.
wave out my sunroof.
Euro
I mean,
techno.
I like to stick my hand and do the wave surfing, the air surfing.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, but that's
Yeah.
I mean that's physics, that's science.
Yeah,
That's
You
I
don't
believe
like
that's
wave to
also
passerbys.
bounce physics.
I believe that's
Speaking of bounce
also
physics,
written
Braden.
into the laws.
Speaking of bounce physics, we are going to test out all sorts of scientific principles next week in 7, 8, 9, between 8 and 9 days from now.
Just
we
next
have-
Saturday.
What? Where
Oh, Dan died. Keep reading.
We have the event of the year, possibly the gala event of the year. The who's of the wheres and whys will be there. The Midwest MAYker Meetup is happening in Omaha, Nebraska. We are going to have hot dogs,
Ooh.
people that you may know, celebrity experiences such
I'm
as
not a celebrity experience. I'm just a guy.
Edward Mancini.
Oh, okay. That's even better.
Oh, wait, Pete, you're coming?
Yeah. Oh, can we get one of those zoom in cams where like you do something like a move and it like zooms in on your face? No red
Like-
carpet thing. No. Okay. No. mind.
Oh, for the okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Where like it's like slow mo and it's like
Yeah, we should do a red carpet thing. And
should we
guys,
get a
missed
360
opportunity.
cam?
Just a red carpet off of Temu, and we should have gotten one of those like stretch, like background banners, but it's like tiny versions of us. Background next year. Next year.
But
Photo booth.
you guys are. We do have a headshot guy.
We have a professional headshot guy coming.
What about the
Yeah.
background?
Wood.
Ooh, I like where your head's at.
Yeah.
We're going to have professional headshots. We're going to have demos from Surf Prep. We've got the Stone from Onefinity.
Wow, that
Yep.
guy.
He's so excited. He got hot on an airplane today, according to his Instagram stories. And he's just like, they're just circling Omaha, waiting for next
What is
week
this,
to come around.
Newark Airport, where they're just circling right now? They can't land. Too soon?
Ouch.
We've got a bucket of prizes that we are going to be raffling off to raise money for St. Jude's from just studs such as Onefinity. We're raffling off a whole CNC. Bill Burkle is going to be sending us stuff from WTB Woodworking. Total Boat.
The whole boat?
Another Woodshop podcast.
That's
we
us.
kicked in some stuff.
Hey, that's nice.
That will easily be the highlight. Timber River Tool Company, Rockler, Jimmy DeResta,
I know that guy.
Wit Works. Drewsome Wit is going to be donating some stuff. Bits and Bits. Newman Special Woodworks is a new one from last week.
Ooh.
We don't know what to do with all of the stuff. There's so much stuff showing up that we're going to be raffling off, and all of it's to raise money for St. Jude's. Special thanks to our event sponsors. We've got Omaha Wood Co., Bench in Omaha. We've got Canyon Fire. I'm gonna look this up so I don't mess it up like I did last week because my brain is telling me to. Spray Foam Genie Omaha. Okay, Canyon Fire Tools. That's what it is. It's one of those like, do I say woodwork? Do I say workshop? Like one of those things. Canyon Fire Tools. That's what it is. I'm dedicated to making sure I did it right this time.
You were so panicked. You had it before, and you were
I
so
was
panicked.
so scared. He messaged me after we dropped the podcast this last week, and he's like, "Hey man, you got my company name wrong, and I can't. Nobody knows about me if they don't know they can't find me with the wrong company name." And I was like,
Not wrong.
What do you mean? I said I knew that I needed to say something like a geographical thing and then something elemental like Canyon Fire. I said Timber River, which is a great guy, but
incorrect,
it's not
actually.
the same. It's incorrect.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my dyslexia working. So I'm dedicated that I'm going to get it right. And I promised I would look it up and make sure I did it right. So I did. Look at that. I learned from my mistakes.
Look
one
at
time.
that.
I'm off on a tangent. Did I get all of our sponsors?
Yeah.
Rockler.
Well, we went over all the giveaway stuff for St. Jude's. I'm talking like actual event sponsors.
Sponsors.
Oh, right.
So anyway, come out, hang out with the boys, hang out with a bunch of people that like to do making the way that you do. May 17th, Omaha, Nebraska, at Omaha Wood Co. in the North O Makerhood from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. ?
I don't want to brag, but I'll be there. Just saying.
will. I promise we will go to at least 3:30.
To question mark? Yeah, listen, it's gonna be another one of those hangouts where we're there way too long and we're gonna be like, okay, we need to go. And then we'll just
Definitely.
go, we'll just literally move 30 feet to our cars and then talk for another hour. And then
Like a
leave.
Midwestern goodbye.
Yeah, and then we'll leave to meet at another place where we're gonna just keep doing whatever we're doing.
Did you guys know that at this time, at this address, they're doing karaoke? We should go do
Karaoke?
some karaoke. A little late night.
Did you
karaoke.
mention we're gonna have a karaoke?
We're gonna have a karaoke machine at the event?
I thought it was just
That
like a
is right.
speaker.
Well, it's a if anything's a karaoke experience if you have
A microphone.
microphones.
Oh, you guys have
I
a
got
screen?
wireless mics.
Yeah, we all have screens. They powered the space shuttles.
Also, a true karaoke professional knows the song that they're singing.
That is true. That's 100%
All
certain.
my songs are in Polish, so that's a little disrespectful there, Dan.
Are you telling me you wouldn't
wanna
know
keep
'em?
going with that one?
Wait, hold on, Dan. I don't know if you get to say what you're saying with the confidence that you're saying, because if
I know where
don't-
you're going.
If
Don't.
I don't,
Don't.
if I remember correctly, at a certain
Dude,
event called
do
MAYker
not.
Camp, you done effed up karaoke to the song Tequila.
It's a tough one.
There's two
Did
words,
you-
Dan, and they're the same.
Did you say tequila in a wrong spot?
I just missed it.
Just completely missed it. Just
Maybe
forgot
next
he was doing
time-
it. He was so excited.
Dan, next time, just sing Roxanne.
Roxanne! Let's just say that after that, I went up to the guy running the karaoke experience, and I mean karaoke experience because he really just had YouTube not premium playing,
I hope he's not a listener.
and just told him, "Hey, Dan and Braden down for "Regulate" by Warren G. Just go ahead and axe that. Just go ahead and axe it. Like we're not going to do that.
I remember seeing you do that. Yeah.
No, not tonight. Not tonight.
Okay, back to the MAYker meetup.
Yeah.
It's going to be at Omaha Woodco. I have an address. Okay.
You do? Oh.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not
1215
homeless.
North 11th Street, Omaha, Nebraska is Omaha Woodco's address. Write that down. And I do want to say that she's going to be offering, Megan, who runs Omaha Woodco,
What's she going to offer?
day of, she's offering 17% off all stock items.
That's 6% better than Schmenard's. So just saying.
How dare you?
Yeah,
How dare
I
you?
said it. I said it.
Is there
Also, if I remember correctly, Hammerschlagen was promised by.
There will be Hammerschlagen
Yeah.
of some sort.
And if you don't know
also
what
think we're gonna
Hammerschlagen
have-
is, it's amazing. You flip a hammer, you catch it. However
and then
you catch
slog.
it, you slog and nail into the, but not your own, other people's nails.
Never slog your own nail.
You never slog your own nail, not in front of others. Yeah, you want to slog other people's nails. We'll explain the rules when you're there
In public.
in public while making eye contact.
We'll also have cornhole boards. I think Nicholas Brim, secret fifth tier, offered up perhaps some axe throwing
Yep.
and some giant force for Connect Four,
Yeah.
some yard games.
Possibly.
It is a family friendly event.
BYOB. Bring your own babies.
Bring your own bears.
Yeah, we can't serve beverages, but if you just have them like, whoa, shocker.
We can serve beverages. We can't serve beverages.
When I say beverages, everyone knows what I mean.
When I say
know what we're
beverages,
talking
you,
about.
say beverages. Beverages.
Yeah, beverages.
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 Okay.
Terrible. Speaking of beverages, and one of our very charitable donatees to the raffle, Onefinity, our sponsor for this episode, is giving away a CNC. You can win that CNC, and Onefinity, as you guys know, is your one-stop shop for all your CNC needs. No matter what level you need, they got you covered. You got industry standards at a home on a home production CNC at home production CNC prices, which is the best part. And actually the best part is, all these tariffs are happening, all the prices are going up everywhere. Guess what? Onefinity, rock solid. Not just the gantry, the prices. They're staying steady. And listen, it's a solid machine. We have them. Dan's got 2, possibly looking at 3. They're made right here in Canada, the country attached to the US.
Boo this man.
So they've got those Maple Glazed Rails for nice, smooth action. So Braden did a spit take. I love it. So make sure to go check out OneFinityCNC.com for all your CNC needs. Onefinity, infinite possibilities. Also, do we have that code thing that we were working on, or did we get that set up yet?
It's not a code. It is a link. And we will put the
Affiliate.
link and a link in the
Beautiful.
notes.
So yeah, we got an affiliate link now, and that's dope.
It
Anyways,
turns out it doesn't do anything, but it does tell Stone
It's just a
that
pat on the
you
back.
like us. Yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
We literally get no kickback. It's just like, oh, these guys actually do send us some business.
Yeah, that's kind of what they're looking for.
This is kind of worth it
Is this worth it?
because the jokes aren't.
Yeah. And if
Just
you've
kidding,
never,
we're hilarious.
put your hands on one, you'll be able to see it in Omaha Woodco. We'll have it set up over there for you guys to test around. Well, guys.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what
What?
are you committing me to coordinating now?
What?
A CNC?
What?
Are you saying that we're going to set up the CNC there?
No, wasn't it? Didn't they have? Aren't they bringing one or no?
I don't. The Stone has a backpack.
Oh, never mind. I
We
thought
might-
there was
we might.
possibly going to be. All right, we'll
Hey,
bring
Stone,
everyone over to
Stone,
I'm
Dan.
hauling one of mine down there.
Never
I'll tell you
mind.
what.
We'll bring over Dan's into the Omaha Woodco.
If you
and
want to see Onefinity,
if you want to stroke Dan's rails,
let me know, and
if you
possibly
want to
you could-
if you want to
come to my
maple
shop?
glaze
I don't
Dan's
know.
rails.
Maple Glazed.
Oh God,
Yeah, Dan, you got to be careful inviting people over to your house. That's how you got Nick Brim. That's how you got me. Alex Adams has your address.
Alex Adams hasn't left.
He's in the computer.
You remember Kayla? Kayla hasn't left.
Kayla can't leave.
No.
Wait. Anyway,
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, that's that. Do we, aside from our thing, do we have any maker news?
Yes.
oh, there's an event going on.
Yeah, there is. You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next
gonna-
Saturday,
Oh my
May.
God.
No, different one. The other event.
There's another event.
Mike?
Makers for St. Jude is doing
Hey.
their spring fundraiser. They started yesterday.
I thought you were like new and you were picking up what I was putting down.
They have hosts this time, which is awesome. Harvey just rocked a raffle raising $4,190. And they're at a total of $7,600 for the year. And they're looking to hit their goal of 50,000.
Yep.
So
And correct me if I'm wrong, but all of our donations, anything that people
They
donate
add.
for us, they add towards Makers for
Yes.
St. Jude. So the more you guys, donate for one or the other, it doesn't matter. At the end of the year, we are going to be, we're going to feel good. You're going to get your tax deductible write-off, and you'll be able to win something with either one. So
Hold on. Not one or the other. Definitely
do both.
the other, not the one. We are currently in third place on the rankings for teams.
Wait, who
underneath.
bumped us into into third place?
Harvey with their bandsaw. We're
Mhm.
giving away stuff that's at least as valuable as a bandsaw in NFT value.
Yeah, but theirs is it's got AI and they got digital readout and stuff.
Yeah, but we've got DI.
Dan,
Daniel Intelligence.
I
That
like it.
sounds not good.
Well, we really just took a cheap tape recorder that used an actual tape, and we just let Dan kind of ramble for 2 hours, and we duct taped it to the side of a bandsaw. Daniel Intelligence.
And listen, either one, you're doing good, but you could do more good by helping us crush our competition with charity.
That's what it's really all about.
You're going down, Harvey, for the children. Listen, this
But
is
seriously.
let's be real. This is a silly woodworking podcast. We giggle a lot. We have a silly old time for years now. This is our way of being able to provide a little more, give a little more back. It's a good thing. Mike started this. He got us into it. And I love that. It's Mike Suter. And I love that we've been able to do this and actually help out a little bit. Last year, end of the year, you guys came in clutch. We crushed the competition with your charitable donations, and we just want to do it again, because, what's it all for if you don't get to brag about it? Oh, the children.
The children.
There's
For the children.
For the children.
Braggadocious.
Braggadocious. Yeah. Good times. Aside from
Fergalicious.
that, I don't know if there's any other major events happening. We got a new pope. He's from Chicago. He knows about Malort.
Hey, I'm deep dish pizzaing here.
Is that really Maker news? What's he making? What's the Pope making?
He's making waves.
I'll tell you what they did make. Some smoke come out of that chimney.
What if they do the smoke thing? Not for it's not really for signaling. They're just super slow roasting a brisket.
I mean, listen, if I was choosing a pope, they'd be a brisket.
Like they're in there for a while. They got to do. They got to eat. You got to eat.
But it's the
But
Vatican.
if you get black smoke on a brisket, that's bad.
No, it's great. No, it's gray smoke. It's like a white smoke or whatever.
No, white smoke signifies the brisket's done. Black smoke means they're still cooking it.
Oh, I just do it by temperature. I don't do it by smoke color.
Well, I think that there's an important little nugget of information here that a lot of people are probably missing out on. We now have a American Pope from Chicago, which means that theoretically,
Stop it.
It could be defined that the Lord's pizza is deep dish pizza.
Vatican City's in Italy, you idiot. They invented pizza.
Hey, I'm not saying that. I mean, they had their shot, and now deep dish is in his owl.
They had their shot. You go to communion, they just drop a slice of deep dish. It's 2 inches tall and like a 1/4 inch wide.
I mean,
I might start going to church.
Think about it. Communion is like little wafers. It's thin crust. It's New York style pizza without toppings. Now they're gonna be giving out some bread.
So dumb.
I'm going to church.
I am not allowed back in the church.
Not since the incident. No, that sounds really bad when it's a church.
No, but that would be true actually with him.
Not since I left seminary school, which is a real thing.
No, Father of Finnegan. No. Jeez. All right, why don't we get the show rolling here? Yeah. All right, let's do the intro again. Let's go from the top.
Just start over. Just scratch the whole thing. Let me tell you, all of the negative reviews that we have on all of the platforms. By the way, if you haven't gone and reviewed the podcast somewhere,
please do.
Yelp,
please
Fandango,
IMDb. Went out on that. We're on Yelp. We're on IMDb.
We are on IMDb. I know. Because
can you leave a review on IMDb?
I'm certain you can review anything if you try hard enough.
Are we on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, we should be on Rotten Tomatoes. Gonna go ahead and add that to my list. But any of your podcast platforms, go leave us a review. There's a lot of people that leave us bad reviews and say that it's not a podcast about woodworking and it's just a bunch of boys giggling like schoolgirls. Men giggling like schoolgirls. And that the title of the title of the podcast is misleading.
Wrong. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, we don't know how to not giggle. So, if that's what you're into, great. If you're not, kick rocks.
I'm looking at the IMDb page, and first of all, it's not updated. It's saying Braden's only been on 6 episodes. We've done 186, so like it's not 100% accurate. But then it's like storyline, user reviews, none yet, and then details, and then tech specs, runtime, 1 hour, 43 minutes, color. So we're in color, guys.
I got us on there, and then I stopped.
It's okay. It's a bit.
It's also the only thing I've ever searched for on my IMDb app. It's the only thing in my search history.
For those of you that are newer to this whole bit, look up what was that definition website? Urban Dictionary. Look up the Nebraska Scissor Lift. Yeah.
I think that's still there. I think it is.
Oh, it is.
Oh. I don't actually remember filling out this part, but according to the parents' guide for the podcast, sex and nudity, severe.
Ooh. What? Well, there was that one time that I shrieked through my own house.
Rating?
And then there's no other ratings for any of the other categories.
Oh, no.
Severe?
Just the one.
That's like when we export audio and we choose, what is it, insane?
Insane audio.
Oh, so dumb. All right, let's do this thing now.
What's on my bench?
Frightening and intense scenes. Severe.
Mine was quick. It's basically been work and then working on the garden and finishing that up. I did a big oopsie daisy.
An oopsie doodles?
Oopsie doodles. So I put in those big posts last week to replace some of the smaller, weaker ones that were just attached to my deck. They're mainly literally just for lights and to hold up my sun sails.
And also balloon.
Yeah, Post Malone's get it. So after some hot pull and pull action, I put in these 6x6 posts into.
Oh, I get it. That was a Polish joke.
So the longest version of this post I can get and bring home, they make them up to 20 feet, but it goes like 8 feet, 10 feet, 12 feet, 20 feet. And then I started doing
6
research.
foot,
I'm like,
8 foot, 7 foot. Run. I just watched
Beetlejuice. So I put the posts in, but what I did is I put like the footing tube thing, whatever, and I filled it in with soil, and it didn't click until like the next day. I was like holding it, and it was like cement was cured, but I'm like, this is gonna wiggle this because it had just been raining for 3 or 4 days. The soil was so soft around it, so basically I cemented this thing in, and then the concrete was basically moving inside the soil. So do you guys know that you have to put up to 1/2 or 1/3 of the length of the post should be underground? But since I had 12 footers and I needed 10 feet above ground, I could only go 2 feet down. So I ended up digging out the hole around, pouring way more concrete, and now it's stable.
Those beaches ain't coming out.
I was trying to cut corners, and I learned my lesson. Luckily, this is just for basic stuff. It's not like they're gonna like fall over. They're literally just.
I'm calling the city of wherever you live. And...
CPS. Yep. Or DPS, Deck Protective Services, because it's right next to my deck in case it falls.
Okay. Write that down, Braden.
Aside from that, I just been slammed with work. Today I was in Brooklyn. I left my house at like 5:30. I got home literally 15 minutes before the podcast. I'm exhausted, hence I'm delirious. So I've just been gardening and landscaping. We're actually doing a little FaceTime together yesterday. Manscaping.
Thank God.
Just to clarify, so you were in Brooklyn, home of the pizza farm that is not sponsored by the Pope.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine a Pope from like Staten Island? Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Hey.
Hey, I'm praying here.
Also, at that point, basically, it's an Italian Pope. Like, it's yeah, whatever. Also,
Pope Vinny the Third.
Oh, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Guys, you're going to love this. Staten Island. Like, so hard.
Whoa.
Dude, I had to go through Staten Island today to get to where I was going in Brooklyn. I had to go around New York to get there. The highways there are the freaking worst. It's just the worst traffic ever. And then leaving, I ended up going north around a bad way. And then my coworker went through Staten Island. He was on it for like an hour plus. So Staten Island just sucks.
I don't know.
Said it.
Well, that's
Omaha traffic's pretty bad.
Dan, you guys have 17 cars between all of you in Omaha.
Sometimes it'll take us 25 minutes to get across town instead of 20.
Yeah, it's awful.
It took me 4.5 hours to get home with one little pit stop because I just fallen asleep.
I mean, at that point, you should have just overshot it and you would have made it to Nebraska.
But it was 70 miles. I drove 70 miles.
In 4 hours. That's pretty slow, man. You should go faster.
I don't know why you're shocked. The song is Bright Lights in the Big City, not Great Highways in the Big City.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what reference you're making, but I made that mistake.
Interstates in the big city.
It's New York.
Oh God. And this is why I do the jingles, folks.
Yeah, speaking of jingles, Braden.
Jingle.
Oh, I thought you were going to play What's on the Bench?
Braden, can you do your version of What's on the Bench?
What's on the bench? Wait,
I'm going to sample that.
What's on Dan's bench? What's on Dan's bench?
Well, no, you're going now. It's
Benchy.
What's on your bench?
Benchapalooza. It's happening now.
All right, this show is off the rails. Man, Braden.
This one's gonna be so bad.
This one's for the boys.
People are gonna be thankful that we're gonna take a break next week. I have done a lot of the things that Pete did this last week.
Escape your manhood?
Minus the driving through the big city. No, that's not true. I drove through the big city of Louisville, Nebraska.
Omaha.
I drove from one side of the city, my side, to Dan's side, to Louisville. I did a big loop today. and it took me still less time than it took Pete just to get home from work. So
Yeah, I would
suck it, New York. I'm just gonna say it.
No, it's.
And
I mean, you're
also-
right. Staten Island sucks.
Omaha, baby.
Also, wait, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Brooklyn and Long Island, same thing. Fight me.
If you would
are
like-
there any
if-
parts of New York?
It's there. Like it's all one long island.
Is this
Oh,
like, is this like how you
people-
guys are always trying to convince us that like there's a central Jersey and a
There
North
is no
Jersey?
Central Jersey.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. You guys start talking East Coast, and I just kind of stopped listening. Because you know, Midwest,
Anyways, speaking of dirty words, go ahead.
Midwest side. I have been doing a decent amount of landscaping.
This
I
is
did-
another wood shop podcast, you guys.
I planted things that were made of wood, bushes. Here's
Did
the
your
thing.
dog dig him up?
Here's the thing, Pete, Dan, you have a puppy.
Uh-huh.
Last year, I had a puppy, and I spent a lot of money and time and effort landscaping the backyard. And I'm very capable at doing a lot of things. I just don't care about plants. Like, it's just not my thing. I don't get any joy from mowing the lawn. I don't care. I just want my place to be nice so that I can just live. So last year, I spent a lot of time, a lot of effort. I went to the nursery that we've got, like right outside our neighborhood. I spent like 2 hours talking to this guy, like, what should I get? What should I pair it with? Where should, what's going to not kill my dog when he inevitably eats it? And I planted everything. And within 2 weeks, my perfect prince, Chasey boy, decided, hey, these are really, really great plants. I want to make sure that you get a chance to look at them. So I'm going to bring them to you up on your deck. So he dug every single plant.
So that's
out.
where you went wrong.
That's where I went wrong. I got a
Yeah.
puppy.
No. You asked the guy at the nursery, which I assume you're talking about, like the plant
Which
nursery.
one's the most
Yes.
delicious shrub?
Yeah, not
Which ones do I
hydrangeas.
get that don't kill the dog?
Well, no.
Well, then
Well, you should have said.
then you would have
what-
dead plants and a dead dog. That would not be good.
You asked for plants that, well, it's not going to kill the dog, but it's going to give him a little buzz.
Well, here's the thing. I went in a different direction this year. I got rose bushes this year.
Whoa!
Not
Every
like
rose has its
and that's my thought. That's my thought is the thorns. I didn't get like the pretentious, like, oh, the pH value's off level rose bushes. I got double knockout rose bushes sold in bulk at Costco.
Oh, you're one of those.
Oh yeah, Gabby and I love to go to Costco. Ever since we stopped going to Target, she's like, "Can we go to Costco?"
That was
And
my
she
pit
knows-
stop today.
She knows they've got cookies, and she knows they got pizza, and she's just like, "I get to ride in the cart and eat pizza and cookies, and Dad'll just listen to me tell the same joke 4,700 times."
But do they have the Lord's pizza?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Costco's
well, they don't
pizza.
have the combo
No.
pizza at Costco,
Yeah,
but
No,
you know, they've got
deep dish.
Oh, they don't have deep dish, but they've got
I'm out.
artery clogging amounts of cheese.
So, do you have the same
back
issue
in.
when you go to Costco? You'll like put like $5 item, $12 item, $6 item, and then you go to
How did I
checkout,
get to
and it's
$700?
I was there maybe 30 minutes today.
Yep.
$404.
It's a
What the
danger.
hell are you buying?
Not a brisket, I'll tell you that, because they were all like all out of the good ones. But
And I have the exact same issue, and it's always really frustrating because I usually go in to get a rotisserie chicken. That's it. I like the only thing
supposed
that
to get
is
one, I forgot.
always cheap. I never
$400
forget the
forgot the
rotisserie
chicken.
chicken. I never forget the chicken.
Dan, have you ever had the rotisserie chicken from Costco?
I've had rotisserie chicken, but not the ones from Costco.
You are missing out. The rotisserie
I
chickens
think
from
they
Costco,
can't be that different from the ones we get at.
Well, here's the
Kroger.
thing.
Yeah, but
Here's
you
the
get
thing.
such
You're
privilege when you
wrong.
get it from Costco.
Okay.
And you get them for $5 instead of like $8 or $9.
I think they're like $6.
We'll
$5.
We'll do a little.
No. The ones at Kroger, $6.
We'll do a little analysis.
Kroger's.
Analysis.
At least he's getting them from Kroger's. He's not getting rotisserie chicken from Casey's.
No, I'm
Rotisserie
respectable.
chicken barbecue
Get your
pizza.
pizza from Casey's.
And then what is it? What do you get at 7-Eleven? Sushi, right?
Sushi. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you get sushi.
Disgusting.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, duh. But
Where
yeah,
you-
so
where'd you find
anyway,
this guy?
been planting some plants. I've been doing some lights. I'm burying
lights.
some electricity. Like I'm classing it up, and I'm doing it hopefully in a way that I don't have to like maintain. Yes, sir.
How are you burying the electricity? Because like we
Oh.
all know there's like the way to do
The
it.
same
Go
way he
I'm-
buries the
was it
lead. You know
18
what I mean?
inches down or something. You go through. You either get the waterproof wire or you have to run it through conduit.
18 inches through conduit.
Are you actually doing it that way?
I'm doing through conduit. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. I don't
So-
don't bury lines. There's enough shovels that end up in my yard that I'm not going to find the spicy hole. Wait, that's a weird thing to say. That's not what I meant.
Honey, we're having Taco Bell tonight.
Let's play that game I like. Find the
Oh, no.
spicy hole.
Oh, yay, birthday sex.
This is why all those people keep giving us bad reviews because it's just a bunch of little teenage boys.
So, Braden, the reason I ask is because I need to run power to my shed, and I'm on a fence between because I ran like wire for lights, and I'm like, what if I just run a cable up there, just like hide it or whatever?
Well, you ain't got to
just
worry about a
like,
spicy hole.
I rather do the conduit and all that stuff, but like that's a lot of money. And I'll never forget this. Our favorite electrician, Lee Oman, right? Beautiful, beautiful man, Lee Oman. He's an electrician, like a professional electrician. And I asked him how he ran power at his old house too. Remember when he was in a shed?
Uh-huh.
Just in a shed.
Oh.
How'd you run power out here?
Tell me it was extension cords. Tell me that.
No, it was not. But he did a motion. He didn't say a word. He just did a motion, and it was. It's the motion of like putting a shovel on the ground and then just moving the soil back and forth
The old 2-inch drop and run.
until you just get enough to like get in the soil, and then he just ran a wire
So-
there.
Exactly
what?
what the Cox Communications guys did with the cable out here, and it's like loosening up and it's coming out, so I had to bury that.
As long as you know where it is, I guess.
Hey. No, I am a big fan of the fact that you can rent tools that you don't need around the house all the time from places like Menards, from Home Depot. Like, you can go rent a direct burial machine that has like an
For
arm
like
that just,
caskets
Yep.
and stuff.
it just goes in the ground, and then you literally, as you drag it, it
like-
feeds
It
wire.
unfolds the soil and then like folds it back as it shoves a tube in the ground.
Like, it
That's how they ran
opens
my
up- It
fiber.
opens up the beautiful flower of the ground.
I
God.
don't like this.
And then anyway. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm not. This is gonna be pretty easy because I have like 5, maybe 7 feet that I have to go. I really just want to take it from this one exterior outlet. I'm gonna run conduit along the wall, up. I'll split it so it'll go up to where the deck is because I want to run the string lights with like the little dangly bulbs, and then
Costco,
around. I ordered Govee lights.
get out of here.
I really like Govee. Here's the thing: I don't actually care about the RGB. I have been.
What did she
working
ever do
on-
to you?
Well, she knows what she did. I have been building out my home assistant ecosystem in the house, and so now I just need everything to work on my smart home system. And so it was either I put in a non GFCI smart outlet out there, or I just get some smart lights. And I've been really happy with all the Govee stuff. I've got it all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, that's Govee. And it's way cheaper than Philips Hue. Like, I wish I'd gone Govee instead of Hue, but Hue was the only game in town when I started getting into like some of this stuff, and now I'm too deep.
If anyone out there is looking to get into RGB lights, don't even look at Philips Hue. It's so
No.
expensive, like ridiculously expensive.
The only benefit to it is that it is just like
Bragging
rock
rights.
solid.
So-
because it's a Zigbee connection.
Is now a bad time to tell you guys I just signed a 1-year contract with Philips Hue?
No, I mean, if you can get it all of the Philips Hue lights for free, then yeah, definitely do that. Because
No, I didn't. I'm kidding.
Would be nice. They're really good. It's just so expensive.
yeah,
A set
I have no idea what that is.
expensive?
I'll tell you,
Well,
ask your-
here.
Ask your wife.
It's the opposite of Temu.
Write
But
that
yeah,
down.
so I've been doing that. On the topic of RGB lights and like smart lights, though, the actual woodworking that I've done in the last week, I'm building a chandelier. So it's like a mid-century modern, half lap, Dunlapped, crossed, like mid-century modern, like bar. It's 2 bars that are crossing, and I'm going to use them on the dining room table. So I've been doing a lot of research into LED strips, into like electrical transformers,
More than
Robots
meets the
in
eye.
disguise.
okay, LED controllers, like all that stuff, and just like figuring out how it's all going to fit in. I was very proud of myself when I managed to design and then have the CNC cut my half laps for me.
Not real
And-
woodworking.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously it's not real woodworking, as I found out arguing with some schmuck on.
So you lost an argument online?
I didn't lose an argument. I just refused to play and just started being myself. But yeah, so I'm doing all that. Other than the fact that my bit was not nearly sharp enough for the 30-degree angle that it came into this dad ash.
Hey, yo,
The half laps are beautiful. Like they just tight, it's locked in there. So I was very proud of that moment. It's not complicated. It's not anything crazy, but programming something. And then do you guys put test pieces into your machines? Like when you're doing something new, do you try it like on, well, I know Dan uses pine 2x4s to build furniture now.
depending on what it is, yeah.
I don't.
This
hate
is why you
myself.
fail.
I hate myself. And so I just put I'm 37 out of 47 steps into this project. I put that up and I'm like, I'd always rather be lucky than smart. And usually it works out. And then I go for it. And like 9 out of 10 times it works out okay. 10 times, the 10th out of 10 time, it doesn't. It works really bad.
Not like
But this
screwing
time
up a
it worked
piece
fine.
when you're that far in.
Yeah, but listen, I'm not really interested in changing who I am at this point. So
I know.
I'm just
That's when you
Whatever.
say that, you need to realize that I'm the same way and stop trying to change me. Okay?
no, I can. I
How
can
about you guys?
fix
I change
Dan.
daily. So, not to flex on
I
you.
haven't changed anything in like 6 days.
Oh,
Ugh.
well. Speaking of not changing in 6 days,
Dan?
Dan, what did you do this week?
Well,
Did you do landscaping?
no, I did legit woodworking.
Wow.
'Cause
Like
that's what this
too
podcast is.
legit?
Wait, that's not what your
Quit.
story said.
Quit.
Oh, you're gonna drag me down to your level. That's fine. That's fine.
Join us down here.
In the
Punch me while I'm
garden.
down.
In the garden.
We all float in the garden.
So, first of all, I want to start off by saying big shout out to everybody who bought something from my shop this past week. Apparently, me pleading for help on the podcast was actually helpful. So
Holla, holla,
I
holla.
appreciate y'all. So yeah, with that in mind, with trying to save money where I can, I really hesitantly got rid of my white 3/4 ton truck and I downgraded to a 1/2 ton. So
Wow. And you call yourself a man.
yeah. So check this out, right? Okay. I wasn't feeling great about the trade-in of the truck. I was like,
kick him while he's down, Braden.
I wasn't feeling great about it, but I was like, okay, this is the right move. It makes financial sense. I'm doing it for the family as a whole. But, deep down inside, I'm like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Anyways, I go to pick up my daughter the first day I have that truck, and she's in school. So I go to pick her up. And she didn't see me right away because she was looking for the white truck, even though
Wait.
she knew I had the new truck.
Can I guess? And she didn't recognize the truck, and then she yelled stranger danger because she had no idea what was happening, and it was a dark gray truck instead of a white truck.
No, that would have been
She
a
thought you
lot
could-
better. That would have been a lot better.
Oh, what happened?
Wait, Pete, I don't think either one of us heard this story yet.
No, you
This
haven't
is-
heard the story. This is a
Oh.
first timer right here.
Never mind. I'm going to mute my mic.
Yeah. So she finally recognizes the truck and she gets in and she goes, "Oh, I didn't know that was you. This truck is way smaller." And I was just like,
Oh no.
Oh no, emasculated by your own daughter. Oh
Wow.
"Elena, you never ever say that to somebody about their truck."
Is this a Ford Ranger?
Oh God.
My
So I
Ranger!
wasn't feeling great about the trade, and then she hit me with that, and I'm like, "Oh my God, what have I done? What have I done?"
Well, you could take the college fund and put
So-
that towards the 3/4.
I grounded her. She's done.
What?
She's out. She's in a cage upstairs. Not really a CPS guy. So yeah, I downgraded my truck. So also,
It's still a big freaking truck.
Yeah,
it's a nice truck.
it's a regular size truck. It's a half-ton truck.
Like to point out, Dan, you keep saying that like, oh, you downgrade your truck, you downgrade your truck. You didn't. You went from a custom, which is basically the workman's trim of this 3/4 truck, to like the loaded out whatever the nice version of a Chevy pickup truck is. I don't know. They're all garbage to me.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The Chevy was driven to the levee.
We don't want to
but
kick
the
you while
levee
you're
was
down.
dry,
But like,
and the only
really a
problem with
Chevy?
that was they just wanted to drive it off
What the hell?
into the water.
Didn't realize
Ford,
I was coming here to get berated.
Ford,
Yeah.
baby.
Should have got
Anyway.
a Dodge Ram like a real man.
But anyway, Dan has the now like the what is it? The Z71
LTZ.
Did you get it because it's a
LTZ.
CCI?
and
Yeah, that's it. It's a zero
Chevy
clearance
CCI.
insert truck.
Actually, you should just get a new decal for the back. That's the Chevy CCI.
Oh, I should.
The interior has like the new like
Oh, yeah, it's a
wall to wall
spaceship in there.
display. I mean, this isn't a downgrade. You technically upgraded and lost a little bit of dad ass.
Yeah, when I lost some horsepower and some manhood.
I mean, do you really need a truck even, given that Braden's picking up all your wood from Liberty?
Nope.
To be clear, I'm not picking it up. I'm having it delivered.
Delivered,
I
I'm so sorry.
I
And we're
could
not
get it
doing
in
that anymore.
We
We'll talk about that later.
also like me, Braden, and Nick. We're all trying to convince Dan that he should have gotten a minivan.
Yeah, because minivans slap.
They slap. And I think
You guys-
minivans get a bad rap. It's like putting, listen, a tiny house on a acre of property. Oh, that's so cool. You're so bohemian. But you put a trailer on there, suddenly you're trash. Yeah, so it's like minivans. They just got to make cool minivans. Again,
They don't.
No, you're wrong. This ain't your mama's minivan from 1997. The minivans these days, they literally have like massage seats in every chair. They've got cameras so you can see the
28
back.
cup holders.
They have heated, ventilated massage chairs. I'm certain that they come with a 5-star Michelin star chef.
I'll have you know.
I come when I see them.
I'll have you know that my truck has built-in taint fans.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me.
Actually,
No, I did hear you. That was the
I'm a
problem.
little jealous of the
Please
seat
clarify?
AC. I have
Yeah.
the heated seat. I don't have the cooling seats.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want the cooled seat. I want the cooled seats.
It's got taint fans.
Actually, oh wait, does it have the butt massagers?
Yes.
Oh, see, yeah, I downsized. Get out of here.
I did.
He basically downsized from the fleet truck that construction workers get. that
Dan,
they
you
beat
went
the
from a
shit out of.
mansion to a slightly smaller mansion. You're like, oh yeah, but it's not the house in Malibu. You're like,
I'm sorry, it's not what?
the house in Malibu.
No. I heard that. I want to hear the voice.
Don't
Why were
worry.
you so
I'll
good-
clip it. I'll
That's-
clip it.
Why were you so good at a Valley Girl voice?
That's Philip. Don't worry about Philip.
I want to do a whole episode with Philip.
No, because I'll make a whole group of people mad.
I just want to talk woodworking.
Oh yeah, woodworking. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
So
okay,
you got a new
yeah.
truck.
Woodworking.
Yeah, which
The
is
whole
way
lumber.
smaller than your last one.
Yeah.
It's way smaller.
Yep.
He got a Chevy Canyon.
Canyon Fire.
K truck.
Okay, so yeah, woodworking. I've been working on a prototype, not a prototype, like a practice run piece for these end tables that I need to make for an undisclosed client. It's Nick Brim.
Ooh.
He wants me to make tables for him because I don't know why. I assume that he can't do it, and he knows I'm awesome.
His truck's not big enough to haul them, so.
Oh well, mine's not either anymore.
Actually, his work truck is pretty big.
Actually, we have the same truck now. Me and Brim.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has
the custom, and
he has a white one.
I got a spaceship, so it's fine. Anyway, I've been working on that. I've also been trying to do my best to just get out into the shop because it has been kind of rough mentally to get out there. And I made a story talking about that, and I had a lot of people reach out, and I love this community. This community is fantastic. Not only did I have people message me, I had people call me and say, "Hey, just checking on you. Are you doing okay?" And that is, I'm just blown away by the people in this community. So
Pete and I are legally obligated to call you. So
yeah. I wasn't including you guys in that.
Oh, no. Other people?
Yeah, there were other people.
Wait, he has other nicer friends?
Yeah, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel.
I mean, after your statements about my truck and minivans, no.
Again,
not included.
Minivans are cool.
I think that you think that we're giving you shit with the minivan comments. We're giving you shit about like you've got a tiny truck now. The minivan comments are absolutely 100% genuine.
Yeah.
Along with the K trucks. Those are dope.
Yeah.
Like the little Japanese import trucks, like little.
The day I get a minivan or one of those K trucks will be the day that I die.
What's wrong with the K trucks?
I'm trying to get a K truck now.
Okay, well, you got bad taste. I don't know what to tell you.
You
don't even like Hawaiian pizza.
I don't.
I can't even take it seriously.
Hey! This is a woodworking podcast. Dan, talk wood.
So,
no more shenanigans. We're just laser focused on woodworking now.
Wait, shenanigans? Isn't that restaurant with all the stuff on the walls?
Yeah.
Hey, Farva.
Woodworking. I did other woodworking things, and I can't remember what the heck I did. Oh, I've been trying to get caught back up on Etsy orders. Even though I'm not getting as many as I did, they're still piling up because I haven't been doing anything.
But you're getting table orders again, right? I
have gotten a couple narrow table orders, which is nice. I've gotten 2 in the last week, which is it's great. That's good. I'll take that. No complaints there.
I mean, dude, it is like the slow time of the year right now.
I understand that, but it just everything kind of hit at once, and it felt really bad. And it just kind of hit me while I was down. I felt like I kept going down, and things would still like hit me like, "Oh, you're down there? Take this. How about some of this?"
Were you going
and then a wet willy at the end?
No, it was like an atomic wedgie. Wet willy would have been nice.
He got the wet Wilfred.
So,
and you're still working on that YouTube video design? Where the glue up was crooked and everyone noticed?
You son of a bitch. I'm going to delete that from the record. Strike it from the record, please. Thank you.
Because if you ever have something and you glue it up crooked, just turn the whole project 90 degrees. No one will notice.
No, like 60 degrees.
And never tell your closest friends.
No, because they will point it out. I can't wait.
I don't know why I tell you guys.
I'm going to get in the comments so hard. You want engagement? I will engage.
As long as you don't show a straight on shot, you won't be able to tell. I've already got it mapped out. Yeah, so I glued up this hexagon. So now I got to tell everybody I wasn't going to bring it up. You're a real jerk.
It's on your bench.
So the hexagon record player that I'm making for my daughter in the YouTube video and stuff, although she doesn't deserve it now that I think about it after that truck comment.
You should just burn the whole thing. Son.
I should just burn it. So there's a shelf inside there, inside the hexagon. Is it a hexagon? It's a hexagon. 6 sides.
Yeah, it's an octagon.
No, octagons have 8 because octo.
Octopus.
Yes.
Woodworking podcast.
Tentacles.
It's got a shelf in the hexagon, and there's a divider that the shelf sits on. Yes, there's a T inside the hexagon. Gosh, thank you. And after I glued it all up and I looked at it the next day after the glue has set, I realized that shelf is crooked by like 1/4 of an inch. and it's
did it just
very
slide during the
noticeable.
glue up?
It's very noticeable. No, see, like what I did was I made a mark inside the hexagon where like the top of the shelf should have been lined up.
Yeah.
And one of the ends was like off.
It was not
the mark
plumb.
Was not plumb. Either that or my
Dan.
marks were bad.
Dan, if I may ask
Oh, God.
or suggest,
Go ahead.
biscuits, bro. Because I know you were saying that you and Son
What's
had
breakfast got to do with this?
you guys had a super stressful time gluing that up because it's pretty big hexagon, and like, you know, everyone like does the little glue ups with little hexagon shelves, and it's cute with little tape and stuff. But when it's something that big, obviously there's no way to like clamp it, right? So it's just a lot of tape and stress and everything.
I'll tell you what, when this video drops, people, I'm gonna get ripped so hard.
It's just
for
gonna
the
be a
glue
lot
up,
of
bro.
just like
Oh, God.
Dan going like just
It's just 2 minutes of just close up of his face, just going.
The hexagon is like 26 inches tall, so I don't know how wide that would make it. Yeah, and we tried to do the tape method with the glue up, and it didn't work out so well. Didn't work out so well at all.
Sutton really likes the tape. Everything.
Oh, Sutton loves tape.
Loves
I'm telling you, man.
tape.
Hexagon
Like I went through
shelves,
so much painter's tape.
biscuits. Throw in some biscuits in there, the whole thing will stay together.
We didn't use biscuits, but we used a lot of glue, which is basically gravy. So
Woodworking.
Well, you didn't put salt in there to prevent it from walking?
No, there's salt in the gravy itself.
I'm gonna send you some 5-minute crafts that I think will improve your woodworking.
Well, I hate that.
We
like
actually
it.
after we put it together with the tape, I actually smartened up and threw a ratchet strap around it.
That's pretty ratchet.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, except for the crooked shelf that nobody would have known unless you brought it up.
Your daughter doesn't deserve a
no.
straight shelf.
One of the shelves is optimized to counteract the curvature and the spin of the earth.
The earth is flat, so that's
so
bull
that the
crap.
record can play undisturbed through the whole Taylor Swift album.
Or the Disturbed album.
So it's
Anyway, that's it. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm full of rage right now.
Why? Why are you so upset?
Dan is just a hot boiling ball of rage.
And when can we expect that video to come out?
Oh God.
Tomorrow?
I need to no.
Yeah. Monday?
We're almost done.
I'm just being an accountability buddy. I want to make sure that more content keeps
I
coming
appreciate it. I've had a lot of people say that they really like my videos, which is very, very cool.
They were very watchable.
They were.
This one's going to be something.
They
It
were
was
very
on
watchable.
and I kept it on. It was, dude, that's a compliment.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
I even liked it.
Wow. High praise. Next week, I think
Neat. Oh, that's soon. Okay.
we're going to try to finish shooting it probably this weekend. My daughter is going to be my camera person.
I was going to say, you keep saying we.
Thought you
Yeah.
were talking about your left hand as if it was a separate being. Like just.
Pamela Henderson and me.
We will be recording. Yes, we will.
I like the style of my videos where
Puppets.
I have a camera person and it just seems more natural to me.
Dude, it's so much more natural. I envy anyone
And
that
I'll
has
tell
a
you
camera
what,
person.
I'll tell you what, after talking to, I can't remember who I talked to. Oh, it was Pete. I was talking to Pete.
The guy that you talk to daily and weekly
Yeah.
on a podcast.
Pete Witt. Yep.
Yeah, Pete Witt, is it? He's from England.
Cheerio.
I actually end up with less footage to edit.
Yeah.
That way.
100%.
That's right.
Yeah,
Because they don't want to listen
you
to
were
you.
I was talking to you and you said
Yeah.
that you and Keith
Yeah.
were talking about how
Because you're like, yeah, I sent like my 90 minutes of footage to whoever was editing it for you at the time.
Patrick.
It was Patrick, but I don't know if you wanted to share it. Sent it to Patrick Ensel, and I'm like,
Bleep.
90 minutes? What do you mean 90 minutes? Like, was that just your intro? Like, like I have hours of footage to cut. That's why I don't edit these
Yeah,
videos.
you get way less footage that way.
it's so
Because
bad.
like when you start the sanding portion, you don't have to record the whole damn thing. You could just start like and get like a 30-second clip.
Yeah.
And cut it off.
Meanwhile,
So
I'm setting up the
what I
camera
did-
shot and I forget it's running and I have a 30-minute recording.
I set up this shot, and by damn, I'm gonna record it.
What I did, and Sutton was not happy about this. When it came to the sanding portion of the octagon, no,
You made
hexagon.
Sutton do it.
Yeah, I did 30 seconds of sanding. I said, cut, now you do it. And he was like,
Wow.
what?
Wow.
Yeah, and then that was the same
What?
day. I was like, I can't continue to pay you, so gotta go.
But I'm gonna need you to finish sanding this just real quick.
Anyway, that's it. That's all I got to talk about.
Dan exploiting
Done.
employees. Okay. All right. Well, we might as well get into, I guess, the questions.
What's
Please.
on my questions?
Go, Black Betty, ram lamb.
That's the questions jingle. Still.
Ram.
I love
Ram-
the
man rammer.
I love
All
the
in.
consistency of being able to like set your watch to certain parts of this podcast. Like there's going to be an awkward handoff on patrons. We're going to play the audio for questions like we do every single week. And every single week, Pete's going to act surprised, like, oh, this is
It's still the same.
This is our audio.
This button I
Like,
click every week is still
I
the same.
guess this hasn't changed.
Wait,
And
I have a
then-
new one. We can use. Do you want me to use the new one?
Oh no.
Ooh.
Or just questions.
Damn.
I thought it was gonna be the GTA. Wasted.
Oh no, that's if you get the question wrong, Dan.
Can you get it wrong?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, opinions can absolutely be wrong.
Remember the electrical question?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Whoopsie.
First, it's not really a question. It's kind of that wasn't kickback. Kickback?
Off
No,
cut.
off cut. Whatever that thing. We don't have a segment for that. But Matt Broderick writing about Fusion 360 and his experience with it.
Just thought I would share this with you. I have been playing with the free version of Fusion 360 for 3D modeling, but have never pulled the trigger on the subscription due to the price, and this being a low-level side hustle for me. However, I just found out you can create student accounts if you have a child 13 years or older. I have twins, so I created a student account for each of them. They use one account for the software Revit, more of an architectural modeling software, to create D&D maps and things like that. You may have guessed we are kind of a nerdy family. I am using the other account and digging more into Fusion 360. Anyways, I really enjoy the show. Keep up the good work. Matt Broderick, West Sound Woodworks.
Thanks, Matt. I don't use Fusion much,
We enjoy you also.
and it sounds like what you're advocating is fraud. No.
Technically, no.
That was
both
a
the
little-
both of the kids have accounts. He just
Oh,
happens
I don't
to
know.
log
I was just
in
trying to be
for-
funny and waste
for-
time because
for
our
parental,
our
our button pusher,
rel no words are hard and they escape me.
our Pete,
Continue.
Our-
I'll think of it.
DJ, our space pilot, the space cowboy,
I just went to get some water. You guys okay?
some agua. You know what's really crazy is
Our resident
just
360 guy was gone.
that's what we waited for, everybody.
I mean, Braden uses 360.
I do. Also, I'm just shocked at how many different programs are in the Autodesk catalog.
Too many.
So in the day job, I do takeoff. So I'm working with like building plans and stuff. They have a takeoff program, and then with like connected to that, they actually have like a nationwide
Is on your
construction
side.
bid software like program where people put out put out plans and be like, hey, bid on this, and I'm like, yes, I'll bid on anything because I just want your money. But anyway, Fusion, Autodesk, rollout.
Just this show is just literally all sound bites. No, but I mean, listen, Fusion 360 is one of the hardest programs out there to learn. It's up there with like Blender and some of the other big ones, and It's totally worth it because you only need to know like 5% of it to really use it for a lot of like cool, whether it's 3D printing, design, 2D work for laser or CNC. It's just worth checking out. If you can utilize so there's a couple ways to get it, by the way. So he mentions the one, well, first of all, you can pay, right? I paid for it for years. I actually am lucky enough to be working with Autodesk now. So actually I'm part of it. It's part of a collaboration with them. So it's been really awesome to actually work with them. Their whole team is dope. They have only negative feedback I have is they have a Slack channel where we do all the communication. And the last thing I want is another like work related chat application. Like I have Teams, I have Zoom, I have all this stuff, and I don't want Slack. But they do like random classes essentially for the creators that they have. So people will jump in. We'll do office hours where we just hang out. So it's awesome. The whole team is really nice behind the scenes. They're really, really trying to make it better. Obviously you can pay for it. You can do the student version if you have someone in your life that is a student, or if you are a student or an educator. And the last one is there is a entrepreneur or small business license that you can apply for.
The startup license.
The startup license. Yeah, thank you. That's the name. And I think it maxes out at 3 years. So you have to your business has to be a certain size, which we just barely, I think you have to be under 50 employees. We're just under that. All of us combined, everyone that listens to this. So that's another way to get it for free.
Wait a minute. Are you saying our listeners are employees?
No, I'm saying there's between all
because
of our
I could use some more help sanding.
We've got all of our listeners together. We're still under the threshold for employees. But no, there's ways to get it for free. There's ways to get it discounted. It's also not the one you need. There's other applications. Blender is free if you want to learn Blender. I don't know how it is for 2D work, but then there's other ones. There's Rhino. Rhino does 2D elements, and it's really powerful.
What kind of Blender? I got a Hamilton Beach. It's pretty good.
Blender's way harder. Like, when do you use pulse? When do you use pulverize? When do you use juice? Like, the buttons don't.
You always pulse. You don't just set it and forget it.
Ah, man,
I said it. Oh
pulverize.
Yeah. Will it blend? And then I go watch an episode of something.
I'm not cooking lobster in an air fryer. Okay, I'm not gonna put it.
It's not lobster.
Forget it.
It's crab.
Crab. I'm sorry. Whoever said they were doing that, Alex Adams or whoever.
You're missing.
Oh, so you did.
You're missing the fourth and easiest way to get it for free. Every 14 days, you create a new Gmail account and you make a new trial.
Yeah. And the free version is fine. It has limitations. It has the amount of projects you can work on for free, but it won't let you
use the Z key on your keyboard. It just doesn't work.
Blanks it out. Yeah.
So Control Z, Control No.
And then listen,
that's
at the end of the day,
Z.
You've got people still swear by and stand by and use actively SketchUp. SketchUp's a great resource as well. That's free adjacent. It's free, but all the add-ons that make it really useful and good cost money usually. So there's a lot of good resources. But hey, listen, if you got kids, exploit them. You're gonna put them through college anyways. Might as well use them for get that .edu Apple Music and all that stuff.
Wait, what?
Yeah, educational.
I could have got Apple Music cheaper.
Yeah, a student.
Yeah, Apple Music, Spotify. Most of these places have a student discount.
Honestly, you can go to probably Chipotle. They probably have a student discount.
They do.
Dan could have kept his truck and just.
Dan could have gotten the Trail Boss 3/4. Dan could have gotten the 3/4 ton Trail Boss.
Just off of the Apple Music membership.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, it is just one account. I think student, YouTube Premium student, same thing. Yeah.
I've also noticed that depending on how you access YouTube, to sign up for premium, they give you different prices. So I had I had to go through Google, but through my VPN, and I got it for $6.99 instead of $14.99 instead of $21.99 or something like that. So
fraud.
That's fine. Yep, that's okay.
Yep.
I'm comfortable.
I actually wonder if Vetric and some of those other ones have. I think they do have a student license as well.
I know that they have a content creator license.
No wonder if, oh, maybe I'm thinking is the subscription one, Carveco. Carveco? No.
Oh, yeah, actually that's what I'm thinking of.
They might have a student license. I don't know. Weirdly enough, like you can't get like a student discount or like a Brazzers or anything like that. But
Damn
anyways. Next question, Greg.
Because I was just thinking about my wife's an educator, so she's got the educator email. But I probably shouldn't use it for Brazzers.
No, but you can use it for like
everything else in your life.
Everything else. Yeah.
And a lot of places, if you just yell loud enough, they don't actually ask for proof that you're military. I'm just kidding. That's bad joke.
That's a terrible joke. We're so sorry.
That joke technically comes from a place of being a military dependent and having the military ID until I was like 25 and they stopped giving it. And it was like, do you take a military discount? I've never served a day in my life. Thank you.
Wow.
So
that joke is like a flight in Malaysia. That did not land.
Yeah, that was more of a military dependent joke, not a stolen valor joke. So it's a fine line, but please don't cancel me.
Stop digging. Next question, Greg D'Ambrosio.
Hey guys, I've got a $350 Amazon gift card, and I'm looking to put it toward my workshop. One idea is to upgrade my DeWalt 735 planer with a Helix helical head. The only catch is I'm planning to upgrade to a 15-inch grizzly floor model in the next year or so, and I'll likely sell the DeWalt when I do. I also have a rigid 6-inch straight knife joiner I could upgrade with a helical head, but eventually I'd like to move up to an 8-inch jointer. So if you were in my shoes, would you put the money into upgrading either of these, knowing they're both temporary? Or would you invest it somewhere else in the shop like a track saw? Thanks, Greg D'Ambrosio from GTD Woodworks.
Bro, such a good question.
I want to hear Dan's opinion on the Helix upgrade for the DeWalt.
That's a Brazzers thing too.
You know what I think.
All right, so is it just me, or I feel like if you upgrade to the Helix head on your DeWalt or joiner or whatever, it's an amazing upgrade for yourself. It does not hold value.
I don't feel like it's going to hold the value you think it's going to hold.
You won't get the resale value, but if it was for you, if you're going to keep these things, I think even like if let's say you're just keeping a 6-inch because that's what you have room for, like, yeah, do it for yourself.
I have room for a 6-inch.
Heyo.
Nice.
Had room for an 8-inch, but I had to downgrade.
But like,
wait, what?
Like that's the reason I haven't upgraded my 735. I want a helical head on that, but I just keep telling myself I'm going to go bigger anyways, and I'm just going to waste $800 or whatever it is for the.
I agree, 100%. And with that, I would put that money towards a track saw. I mean, if you don't have a track saw, you're kind of cuckoo at this point. I mean, those things are so versatile and handy.
Was it the Milwaukee tracks? What was the one that was like super cheap but like actually really really good?
The Win.
The Win was fine, but there was
the Win is like it's like $130, and the tracks are good and they are compatible with Festool. Not bad.
The first one I had, amazing, no complaints. I only got rid of it because I got the Festool. The Makita one.
Makita's
solid,
good,
and it's like I think it's $350. Honestly,
actually, I hate to give him any credit, but he was super nice to me. So I will say that if you're looking at track saws, Drew Witt actually has a really good video comparing a lot of different track saws. I think he actually has 2 of them now. One that was older, and then one where he tested all the battery powered track saws. So
yeah,
no, he's way more than 2. He has like 18 track saws.
No, I'm talking videos. He's got like every track saw.
Here, let me save you some time and keep Drew from getting any views on his YouTube videos. He's going to recommend the Milwaukee.
True.
To me,
that's a fairly new one, right?
Yeah,
that one's
and apparently it's really good.
It is phenomenal.
Do you have that, Braden?
I have the Milwaukee battery powered one, and I use the Wen tracks. And so you can get, if you're in the Milwaukee
system, right, because they're all interchangeable, right?
Yep.
Not all.
Not all. Craig. Not the Craig.
Craig and DeWalt, I think, are the only 2 that are weird.
And Bosch. Bosch has a track saw now too.
You can go and get right now at Home Depot. You can get the track saw. You still have to go buy the track, but tool only $430. You can also usually get it a little bit cheaper in some other places, and I know that they also have some refurbished ones that you can get that are even cheaper. That track saw is life changing. And I came from the Craig.
You seem the same.
What's that?
You seem the same. You haven't really changed much.
Let me tell you. Externally, the same. Internally, staying like
similar.
Still the same. Still pretty much the same. But emotionally,
Damaged.
still the same. But yeah, no, I love that track saw, and that's
It's funny. Sorry, I was thinking like as he's, I'm reading the question. I'm like, what other tool would I recommend? And he goes, should I get a track saw? I'm like, yes, that's the best option.
I had thoughts about the other options, and the second he's like, should I just get a track saw? I was like,
yeah, if you don't have one, yes.
End question. Stop
That's
playing.
the one.
There's the answer.
Isn't it funny? Because I feel like way back in the day, me and Dan were both like, track saw. And
what do I need a track saw
Yeah, we
for?
got him, and then we're like, oh my god, his minivan's amazing. I mean, his track saw's amazing.
Stop.
You can joint with it. You can cut with it. You can slice pizza with it. You can.
My track saw has 8 cup holders.
You seriously need to stop 3D modeling.
But does it have a taint fan?
Yes, actually, yeah. It's called.
Cool.
It has a blowhole in the back.
Well, yeah, but
don't we all?
I mean, you got to be pretty ballsy to, hook
Or
that hose
butsy.
up.
Or lack of balls. Because
Next question's from Brock.
Hey, it's Brock from Brick Tuba.
Brick Tuba guy.
My question for the podcast would be, if you were to have to move your shop, would you sell what you have so that you have less to move? Or would you make more trips back and forth to make it work? Backstory.
I'm going to pause. We're going to answer one part at a time because he sent in like multiple questions in there as one long thing. So moving a shop.
Pete, as somebody that's moving to Nebraska soon, what would you do?
Well, the funny thing is I literally just had this conversation with Jake Miller.
About moving to Nebraska?
No, he's moving closer to me, so I can't move now. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Possibly.
Cool.
Positive thoughts about it. But he's actually set up nice because he's got a container on his property that he keeps his material in, so he can load that sucker up. And I told him that's probably cheaper than like getting a box truck and like having to load it up or whatever. And then he's like, and then I have a trailer that would fit my CNC and a laser. I'm like, dude, you're set. But he's like, it's 800 miles to do that round trip, like bring all this stuff and then come back and then move the house. I'm like, dude, just pay someone to move the house. And if you're moving, like, I don't know if I trust every moving company with tools. That's my big thing. But if I was
have a
moving,
guest not that long ago where they were talking about this exact thing?
I feel like you are correct.
And they recommended selling everything and rebuying.
That's something I remember Spagnolo said that on his podcast. And
was it our podcast or was it somebody else's podcast?
No, I think we talked about it. But I remember Spags talked about this like years ago when I was like just getting into it. And he's like, yeah, like I sold a bunch of my tools and I'm just going to buy them when I'm in Arizona. This is when he was moving there. And I'm like, that's crazy. Now I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like if I was moving across country, I'd probably sell a lot of my tools and just rebuy.
Well, especially if you're moving somewhere like Arizona, you want to rebuy because they don't salt the roads there. So you don't have to worry about rust.
Yeah, that's a real thing in the Northeast. I don't know, but if I was moving, honestly, I'd try to pay a company that was like actually do my research, talk to the community, and try to. If it was tools that like I definitely want to move these, like I have a big CNC or maybe you have some vintage tools, like let's say DeResta was moving, right, from East Durham to West Durham. Like he's not going to trust just anyone
across
with
the street
vintage tools.
It might be easier just to like petition the city to move the property line, like to move the city
just move
limits.
the city limits. I don't know, but I will tell you this much: like I am more worried about moving to shop than I am moving my house. Like now, next time I'm moving, I'm paying someone to move all the boxes.
Yeah, it's because your house is a dump.
Yeah,
your shop is nice,
but it's my dump. I don't know, what do you guys think? If you guys were moving to, let's say, other side of Nebraska, Dan,
I would have a
Nebraska,
hard
what are you doing?
time selling all my tools and hopefully buying them again because I live with my wife, and it was hard. It was hard getting those tools in the first place.
How
It was a
hard?
hard sell to get all those tools in the first place. And if I go and sell them, I feel like my wife would be like, yeah, but we could use that money to downgrade your truck or something.
I also feel
I
like
never get them back.
would we all? Oh, I think we would all overthink buying the same tool again and be like, well,
Yeah.
now that I have the money, like, what which one? I'll get a Capex. I'll get a Capex.
I would just keep everything and move it.
Braden.
Bite the bullet.
Sell. Let's be honest. Like, Pete, you joke about it. I wouldn't sell and then buy the same stuff if I was moving. To me, it's a perfect opportunity to reassess workflow in the shop, reassess what you're actually using. And yeah, you're right. Like, you're selling something used and then trying to buy something else that's new. You're going to need a little bit more money, but at the same time,
With
do
the
you
dope
really
rhymes that I kicked.
need all of the tools that
Yeah.
you had? Like, maybe you sell the miter saw and you get there and you're like, well, I use the just absolute snot out of the joiner, but I need 8 inches instead of 6.
Yeah,
But I don't really need the miter saw, or like I don't use the table saw as much as I use the CNC. Or
There might
I
be
don't
some
know.
tools I don't replace too.
Yeah, like you don't have to
"Ah."
replace everything, and that money can go into upgrading things to optimize what you're already doing. So,
Also, imagine all the stuff you would just leave on the curb with a free, not necessarily tools, but like
so much
Stuff.
sawdust.
stuff in
You
the
can't-
shop that you just leave.
here's the thing, though: you can't leave the sign that says free because it'll never get picked up. You have to put $5 because then
Yeah,
people
right.
want to steal it.
Yeah.
So then they'll take it.
True.
There's a basketball hoop outside of my post office.
America.
I really want to steal. $50. It says $50 OBO.
But if it was free, I wouldn't even
I
look
would
at
never even look at it.
Look at
No,
that crap.
disgusting.
OBO, my BO is
Oh,
oh.
all right. Next part of the question here.
Talking about the tools you barely use or
Okay.
have a chance to buy new at your new location. Also, outside of the narrow table, what types of projects would you do to help make some money when you have free time? I'll have a good portion of the summer to ponder this. Have limited tools though, but the basics, and some lasers, the D1 Pro and F1 by X Tool. Thanks, guys.
I love
Daniel Dunlap's narrow table,
Brick. Are you just looking at things in the
living room.
office and saying that you love them?
Get it? It's the scene I Love Lamp, but it was a narrow side table. So he's a music teacher, so that's why he's gonna have the summer. He's gonna be off. My money's on cutting boards. You want to make money? Just honestly glue up scrap pieces, blanks, whatever, and then if you have a CNC, you can do stuff. You can cut stuff out on a bandsaw, engrave it. But like you have blanks of multiple woods put together already. It's
Hey,
way
what if
better
you-
than
What if people don't have appropriately cut to length material to glue up into cutting boards?
well. Then you go to
I'm just kidding. We don't need to do an ad. But
Dan's
also, danscraps.com.
craps.com. Yeah, go to Dan Scraps if you need cutting board scraps. But honestly, like my biggest mistake is I have boxes of random assortment of lengths, like 12 to 18-inch pieces of wood of random thicknesses, like all sitting there. I just need to glue them up into blanks and just put them on a shelf again.
Mhm.
But at least they're blanks on a shelf. They're not just sticks.
Yeah, exactly. This sounds like the perfect time to start gluing stuff up and making stuff and getting your inventory up for the holiday rush.
Yes.
Yeah,
Remember
do-
in
do
June,
a
July, we started
market
talking about Christmas.
Or start putting stuff online or something. Yes. Do that.
Or experiment.
I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of corporate branding stuff. I just, if you can reach out to companies, hey, have you been wanting to do something with your marketing? With like physical marketing, you've got the lasers, and that's the easiest way to just buy something so that you don't have to worry about processing materials. You don't have to worry about if you've got all the tools to do to make something bespoke. Order some stuff from Amazon and laser logos onto it, and then you've got a little bit of design time and a little bit of swapping products under the laser. But cost wise, like you're pretty low. So
Yeah.
that's what I would do.
Yeah, utilize that
future.
laser, baby.
Laser baby. Pew pew pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew 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 pew.
That's it.
Is that it?
Oh,
Yeah, that's it. That's all the questions. Guys, in a week, I will be doing a live hunting expedition to catch some raccoons with you guys and then cook them in a deep fryer, right? That's what we're doing?
Yeah, we're gonna cook live raccoons in the
Country
air fryer.
fried raccoon?
Yeah.
Fried chicken?
That's how we do it here.
Raccoon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Mama used to make.
Yeah.
Nope.
But yeah, in a week, we're going to be, we're all going to be in Nebraska. Those guys are already there. I will be there. We're going to do our MAYker meetup, because it's May, Midwest Maker meetup at the Omaha Woodco, right? Am I saying that right?
Omaha Woodco.
Omaha Woodco.
Short
on the
for
7th
Omaha Woodco Company.
Company.
1215 North 11th Street, Omaha, Nebraska. Be there or be square.
Squared.
If you can't find it, text me and I'll send you Dan's personal address.
And we're basically going to be
cell phone number.
spamming it. We should be like spamming it all week, just so people know.
Yep.
And we're going to be there from, what, 11 to 3? Or earlier?
At least.
11
At least
to
11.
question mark.
11 to question mark. Make sure to join us if you guys can stop by, or tell other woodworkers that you know that might be in the area. Even if you can't make it, maybe we can get some
Makers.
new people into our little army and grow our little family. And make sure to go check us out on Patreon. You can join the Discord, which is super fun, very active there. And go buy some AWP merch. Why not? I'll pimp that out. But remember, there's a bunch of free stuff you can win just by donating to charity next week.
True that.
And also, you get to see Dan and Braden,
That's
which is
not as
also
exciting.
like charity. So
Based.
more charity work.
That's true.
Yeah. Anything else? Did I miss anything?
I'd like to point out the event sponsor, Canyon Fire Tools, and
Yes.
I want to say that one last time with the confidence of somebody that is looking at the logo right then.
Canyon Fire Tools.
I'm still so embarrassed that I had that wrong. So the confidence.
I will
Check
say
them out,
that is
CanyonFireTools.com.
that is a really cool tool that he came up with, like a micro adjuster for table saws, and he's going to be doing live demos at the meetup.
Love
right.
it.
With
Love
the
it,
saw
love it.
on,
Mhm.
off, saw off for insurance.
It'll just be
purposes.
running. We won't be using a saw. We'll just
Yeah,
be
just-
running.
We'll have
running.
Nick Brim there doing this, making the saw look like it's running.
Just hand crank it. Nick Brim has a lot of jobs that day.
He has no idea how many
He's
jobs
going to
he's
be
got.
everywhere.
But we're paying him.
Yeah.
Are
with
we?
Hugs
Well, in friendship.
and friendship. Anyways, I'll see you guys in a week.
Yeah,
Love y'all.
can't
Bye,
wait.
bye, 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 bye.
Bye, 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 bye,
It's
bye,
gonna
bye.
be great.
It's
gonna be
be
1 week till
nice.
Pete's with me. We're gonna give him hugs at the airport. 5 days till it's 2 days till. Anyway, see you guys. Bye, 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 bye.
Love you. Bye, bye.
Love you a long time.
Bye.
Stop.
Bye. Bye, bye.
I'm cutting it out.
Nah,